Afghanistan. Hot, dead sand burns the air around them. Trucks drive deep into the dirt. A sergeant curses the heat. He is just joking. His younger brother laughs out loud. He wants a real fight. He dreams of joining the Rangers, the elite fighters. The sergeant says no, but his brother smiles. He brings up an old promise. They swore an oath. They fight together, always. But the sand hides a dark secret. Real rockets move faster than sound. You never hear the hit. A rocket drops from the sky. Fire eats the lead truck. Men fall. Fighters rush the steep hill. They shoot the trapped men. Guns roar in the dust. The sergeant runs for a rock. A heat wave hits his chest. He flies through the air. Blackout. He wakes up bleeding. He pulls hot metal from his leg. He is completely all alone. He drags his injured body with his hands. Then he finds his brother, dead. 2 years pass by. He wakes up on a moving bus. He has the exact same bad dream. He wears a heavy leg brace. He swallows pills to numb his pain. The bus stops in Colorado, the Ranger base. He walks into the hall. They take his clothes. They take his name. He puts his past in a bag. He is just recruit 81. His past file is perfect. He refuses to lead the team. He just wants to hide in the crowd. First Sergeant Torres steps up. His eyes are cold as ice. He gives the men a dark warning. 8 weeks of pure hell. They will break their minds. They will break their bodies. The final test is the death march. But they are not ready. Real stress tests crush the mind long before the muscles give out. The men crawl through mud. Bosses spray them with ice water. Lungs burn for air. Men drop out on day 1. Midnight drills start. They march in the freezing rain. They hold their breath under black water. Every day, more beds sit empty. The weak go home. 4 weeks go by. They hit the deep woods. But 81 carries a dark secret. The guys bond in the dirt. They share stories of home. 81 is a ghost. He runs all alone. He finishes the run before the rest even start. They make jokes. He stares right through them. He eats his food in silence. Hand-to-hand fights start. 81 beats every man in the ring. He feels nothing. Torres asks for real war veterans. Hands raise up. 81 steps forward. The air leaves the room. Because they all know. Whispers fill the food hall. They all know the sad story. He carried his dead brother 10 miles through the sand. He won a high medal for a corpse. Guys ask him about it. The bosses catch them talking. They do extra push-ups in the thick mud. On the TV, the news plays loud. Scientists track a space rock. It is flying right at Earth. The tests push men to the edge, but 81 fights a secret war. Lack of deep sleep breaks the brain's grip on reality. The beds are dead quiet. 81 takes his pills in the dark, but 7 is watching him. The next day, 7 points at his arm. He knows the ink. He keeps his mouth shut. 81 shuts down hard. Rescue drills begin. Fake bombs shake the tall trees, but to 81, the fire is real. The screams are real. He makes one fatal choice. His lungs burn for air. He sees his dead brother. He refuses to be slow. He stays under the water. He fades into the black. Teammates drag his limp body up. They smash his chest hard. He coughs up river mud. Later, he sits by the boss's door. The TV speaks. The space rock is breaking into pieces. Inside the room, Torres tells him to go home. They see the cracks in his mind. He is their best weapon. That makes him a huge risk. He yells out just for 1 second. Then his face goes blank. He says no. He stays in the fight. He leaves the room. The final day comes. The weak men pack their bags. 81 waits for his name. It does not come. He passed the test. The men cheer loud. They think they won. 81 stays cold. The room is cold. Torres drops the map. The job is simple. A secret plane went down in bad woods. They must find it, burn it, save the pilot from a camp. Then comes the shock. 81 is the squad leader. He does not want the job. They get on the helicopters. The blades chop the cold air. They fly high into the gray sky. They think this will be an easy walk. Military choppers fly low to avoid enemy radar. One spot is marked black on the map, a rock pit. If they go there, they fail. The birds drop them in the dirt. He does not know what to say. 7 steps up. He gives the men a speech to hype the men. They walk all day. Night falls. Camp is quiet. 7 tries to be a friend. 81 shuts him out. Then, the sky falls.
A streak of fire cuts the dark. Impact. The earth shakes hard. Trees snap in half. The men grab their guns. They think it is fake cannon fire, a cruel test by the bosses. 81 does not care at all. He pushes them forward in the dark. The sun comes up bright. They see the plane near a stream. It looks wrong, sleek, alien. They think the bosses spent big money on props. Raw power from space rocks wipes out normal magnets in seconds. The guide stops him cold. They are way off the map. Compasses spin in wild circles. The radio is completely dead, just pure static noise. The group thinks it is part of the game. They split up. Birds fly out of the trees in a huge rush. 81 sees a strange light deep in the brush. He walks toward it and he freezes. The real crash is ahead of him. The thing in the clearing is a fake. He turns to scream a warning. The triggers click. Fire fills the air. The smoke clears out. The strange ship is untouched. It groans aloud. Metal grinds on rock. It stands up tall, a giant mechanical beast. A blue light sweeps the grass. A red beam locks on. The Titan fires heat. Men fall. The trees turn to hot ash. Wood flies like sharp glass. The giant hunts them down. It pushes them out of the brush. 44 freezes in the open. She grips a photo of her son. 81 hits her hard, tackling her into the wet mud. They run blind. The steel predator steps into the stream. It fires without a single pause. Branches crush the running men. They hit a dead cliff edge. The entity lobs a bomb. They fall. Fact: a fall from 40 feet is fatal in half of all cases. Bones snap loud. Bodies hit hard stone. A sharp branch goes right through a boy. Another man breaks his back on a rock. 81 hits the dirt. The crash messes with his mind. He is back in the bleeding desert. His dead brother bleeds into the faces of his new team. He shakes it off. His fingers point the wrong way. He snaps them back into place. Not a sound. They need help. They need the radio to call base. But 111 is missing. 81 leaves them in the dirt. He walks through the broken trees. He finds 111, torn apart. The radio is junk metal. Dust kicks up. A hurt man crawls on the ground. He whispers a prayer to his mom. The red beam touches him, a flash of light. Silence. 81 creeps back to his men. The boy with the chest hole is dead. Now. The men cry in the dirt. They want to stop. 81 feels nothing. He orders them to stand up. They throw ropes over the next steep drop. They slide down. 81 hits the bottom first. He watches 7 slide down. Then his compass spins fast. A blur moves up high. The Titan looks over the ridge. It aims down. The beam hits the rope holder. He turns to gray ash. 7 falls hard. The killer aims again. They press flat into the stone. They hold their breath. The blue light touches a boot. The chase is back on. 6 men left alive. They lift 7 up. They run. The forest turns into a hot oven. Blasts toss them like old dolls. Dirt rains down. They trip, get up, and run harder. They break out of the trees, an open field of grass. They fall down flat in the dirt. They are safe. 7 grabs his shirt. He speaks in a soft voice. He brings him back, but the drug bag is gone. 81 grabs the broken bone. He twists it hard. 7 screams and passes out cold. He tells the truth. Fact: open fields are fatal in war without cover. They must reach the fake village for help. 15 argues with him. The field is a death trap. 81 stares right through him. Stay and die, run and fight. They drop their heavy bags. They carry 7 on a bed. They hit a fast river. White water moves hard. 81 ties a rope to his waist. He jumps in. The ice water hits like a solid brick. He vanishes. He fights the cold water. He claws at the wet rocks. He drags his body onto the dirt. The line is tight. 15 hooks onto the rope. He pulls 7's bed over the drop. Then, a snag. The clip jams. 15 tries to fix it. A knot snaps open. The bed tips over. 7 hangs over the roaring river. 81 and 44 crawl out onto the old rope. They pull 15 up to safety, but they make noise. The compass needle shakes wildly. A heavy metal foot steps down. The iron ghost walks out of the trees. It fires. The rope burns away. The men fall into the rapids. 81 gets his boots stuck in the line. He hangs upside down. The predator steps into the water. It points a gun at his head. 81 cuts the rope. He drops deep as the water boils from the heat. He comes up for air. 7 floats away.
81 swims like a madman. He reaches the broken bed. They go over the edge. Free fall. Blackout. He coughs up dirty mud. He lies on a rock beach. 60 is there. The kid lived through the first attack. He pulled them from the cold foam. Another dead body floats past them. 81 stands up. They march on. Hours blur into miles. They hit the high trees. 81 puts a fist up. He sees a hidden string trap. Fact: alien metal gets super cooled in space to handle heat. They step over the tripwire. The fake mission is still out there. They break through the last trees. The village is dead. Every house is crushed flat. The radio tower is ripped apart. 81 looks at the black marks. He looks up the high mountain. Dark smoke chokes the blue sky. The space rock was a drop pod. They dig through the broken wood. A drill boss lies in the dirt. His skin is burned black. He gives them one last look. He dies right in their arms. A rusty tank sits near the ruins. 81 tells them to get it moving. 15 loses his mind. He screams at 81. He calls him a cold machine. 81 snaps back. He slams 15 into the metal wall. He finally spills his darkest secret, the real bloody truth. He did not save his brother. He woke up in a hospital bed. His brother bled out. He passed out 100 yards from the safe zone. His brother died because he was weak. The shiny metal is a lie. His soul died in the sand. He does not care how they feel. The world needs to know what landed. They must survive. The men just stare. The truth hits them hard. 15 jumps in. He wires the old starter. The engine coughs loud. It roars to life. They have heavy armor now. They pull the beast out of the dirt. A small door pops open. Old food sits inside. Then a red flare shoots up into the sky. The tripwire. The hunter is back. They climb into the iron shell. 15 runs back for the big bullets. He gives a weak laugh of fear. He grabs the heavy box. A red beam flashes. Dead. 44 slams the gas pedal down. The tank crushes through the trees. The top gun turns around. They shoot back, but the big bullets bounce off the alien skin. The behemoth shoots fire back at them. The metal walls turn into an oven. They fight the flames with white foam. The armor melts away. Then the enemy stops moving. It locks its legs in the dirt. It shoots bombs into the sky. Hell falls. The tank gets tossed like a cheap toy. Skulls hit the hard steel. 44 keeps her foot pushed down. A blast lifts the tracks up. The tank rolls over the high edge. It tumbles down a steep drop. Heavy iron breaks whole trees in half. They crash into a deep ditch. Silence. The screen is clear. They look up. The sun hides behind a giant shape. The Titan steps off the cliff. It falls right at them. It hits the dirt with a boom. The big cannon glows bright. 44 pulls the sticks hard. The beam misses by an inch. They shoot their rifles at its metal face. Nothing works. A stray blast burns 109's arm right off. Blood coats the small cabin. Another shot rips the track off. The tank spins around. The back door blows open. 7 slides out. 81 grabs the rope. The machine fires again. He loses his grip completely. He grabs a rocket. He pulls the trigger. The mountain breaks apart. A huge wave of stone buries the pursuer. Then the tank's gas catches fire. 81 gets thrown into the air. He dreams of the hot sand. His brother whispers to keep fighting. He blinks his eyes open. Ash falls like gray snow. The crew is dead. He sees sparks flying up. He digs fast. He pulls out a broken metal arm. He looks up. The buried Titan sends a lightning deep into space, calling its dark friends.
81 walks to the road. 7 is still breathing. The rocks move. The monstrosity crawls out of the grave. It blasts the ruined tank to dust. 81 grabs the pull strap. He runs hard. He drags 7 through the wild storm. Mud pulls his boots. The rope frays. He falls down bleeding. His wrist alarm goes off. 24 hours. Mission failed. 7 opens his eyes. He speaks through red teeth. He knew the brother. He knows the sad legend. He tells him he did not fail. Not yet. The air gets hot. A red grid scans the deep mud. 81 looks through the trees. He sees the rock pit. He shoves 7 under a big log. He runs into the pit. He finds mining bombs, the trigger, a heavy rock truck. He climbs into a rusted bulldozer. He shoots a flare high. The beast stomps into the kill zone. 81 twists the trigger. The floor blows away. The machine falls into a deep trench. 81 drops the bulldozer blade. He rams 20 tons of iron into the alien steel. He pins it against the wall. He hits a remote button. Tons of gravel pour down from above. The alien turns on its fire jets. It pushes the bulldozer backward. The cannon blows white hot. 81 slams the gas pedal. He crushes it back into the stone. The vents choke on the dirt. The behemoth has one trick left. The cannon fires blind. It hits a tall metal frame. The heavy structure falls on the bulldozer cab. 81 jumps clear now. The alien core gets too hot. The pressure blows wide open. Fire eats the entire pit. The Titan falls dead, but its belly tears open. A payload of small bombs falls out. 81 hits the dirt running. He barely makes it out. The world ends in fire. Dawn breaks. 81 walks into the camp. 7 is on his back. The base is a pure graveyard. Blackhawks drop alien parts down now. Medics run over to help. Sheridan meets him in the ash. They lost half the men. This was not a drill. This was an attack. The first wave is broken. Humanity won the day. But the sky is full of fire. Every screen shows burning cities. Paris, Tokyo, New York. The pods are falling down everywhere. Humanity is at war. 81 grabs a map. He shows them the hot vents. Look, Sheridan sends the data across the globe. He pins the badge on 81's shirt. 81 looks at the surviving troops. He finally understands the real truth. This wasn't the invasion. This was the warning. And next time, we don't get lucky.